Like many people, I tuned in to watch the presidential debates on September 29, 2020, between President Trump and former Vice President Biden. Like many people, I was left thinking the same thing.
That was a hot mess inside a dumpster fire, inside a train wreck.
Hands down, the worst presidential debate that I've ever seen.
Tonight was a show.
About a week later, the vice presidential debates occurred between current Vice President Pence and Senator Harris. Now, I was busy on this particular day, so I only caught about 10 minutes of this debate, about 3 minutes of which Vice President Pence had a fly crawling around on his head, as everybody has noted on social media. Anyway, my immediate impression was that this debate was far more civil, professional, and, well, presidential. However, on various social media sites, I was sharing my thoughts about the VP's debates, seeming far better, but much to my surprise, many of my friends and colleagues disagreed. They seemed to think it was just as bad with just as many interruptions, calling it terrible, rude, and disrespectful. Was I really this far off in my perception? So I decided I'd do a little experiment, and I asked the question, was there a difference in the number of interruptions between the two debates? Did Pence, Trump, Harris, or Biden have more or less interruptions than their rivals? So I rewatched the debates, and I noted verbal interruptions. I only counted verbal interruptions, so head shaking or smirks were not tallied. I also did not count single word interruptions like yes or no, and if the interruption ran over a 3 to 4 second period, I began to tally those as two separate interruptions. For an example, an interruption in which a participant continued to speak over the moderator for more than 9 to 10 seconds was counted as 3 separate interruptions. When both candidates were interrupting the moderator at the same time, I counted both candidates with an interruption on the internet. And this was what I found. Senator Harris had a total of 41 interruptions, and Vice President Pence had 51 interruptions. Next, I watched the presidential debate and used the same methodology as I had on the vice presidential debate. In this case, I found 193 interruptions for the president and 74 interruptions for the former vice president. So again, here are those interruptions side by side in my statistical analysis, provided in the comments below if you're interested in that sort of thing. And I found a statistically significant difference in the number of interruptions between the debates. In fact, President Trump had more interruptions than all the 3 other candidates combined. So my conclusion was there is a statistically significant difference in the number of interruptions as defined by the methodology I used here. Again, I'm not making a claim as to who won or lost the debate or whose facts were more accurate. In the comments below, I have my statistical analysis so you can run your own comparisons against mine if you like.